Hello YouTube. This is just an informational video on on my journey in obtaining my CDL through truck driving school, specifically through night transportation in the dry van division. Now I am out of El Paso, Texas, so it's different depending on where you're from and what division you sign up for and how all that works. But I signed up after doing a lot of research. I talked to Swift, I talked to CR England, CRST, something like that. I talked to several different schools, different recruiters, Mesilla Valley, don't go with Mesilla Valley, um, and just different schools and different recruiters. And I finally decided on night transportation just because the way the recruiter talked to me, the way not brainwashed or anything like that. The night transportation, the recruiter was the most chill, relaxed. She wasn't trying to, hey, signed up and we got this deal for this month only and blah blah whatever, typical recruiter stuff. So I didn't get any of that from her, so I didn't feel pressured or anything. And from some of the other companies I did, they were saying, hey, we have this program, we have this school starting today. You should, come on up. And I talked to one company, and they wanted me to. She said, oh, we'd love to have you, and let me send you this information, and then I'll set you up for a code so you can go down to get your medical exam and this and that. I was like, whoa, hey, like I didn't even, how much do you guys pay? We hadn't even talked about anything, and she doesn't even know me, and she wanted me to already join. So just be careful of that. So I chose night transportation after getting emails from other recruiters and comparing information and talking to different people and just doing my research. So do your research. The best fit for me is night transportation, drive and division, and I'll tell you why. Um, I'm right now in my second week of orientation. It's night transportation. Of its 8 week program. What they and I'll walk you through from the very beginning. I had to first get my CDL learner's permit. With some truck driving schools, you do not. They will help you get that, but they also charge you a lot more, and they kind of rush you through it, and you don't feel like you're going to learn what you need to learn. So, night transportation makes you get your CDL learner's permit first. Sorry, but that only cost me $11. It cost me $11 and a day and a half of studying. I went on Wednesday, picked up the books, studied 2 week sections, section 6, section 14 in the book. Did the questions, went to the library, studied for about an hour and a half, got on YouTube, found a few tests, studied maybe 4 hours total. I think I studied for the exam. And then I took it, got my CDL learner's permit. Okay, I got that on Thursday, and then I wanted to move quick because I have a beautiful baby girl. That's my family. Where is she? Okay. I have a beautiful new baby girl, and I got to support my family. So I wanted to move quick. So I went to, took my test on Thursday. I got my CDL learner's permit on Thursday. Called them Thursday night and got signed up. And on Friday, I got signed up to come to Phoenix, Arizona, and I actually came on Tuesday. Called on Friday, called my recruiter. I said, hey, I have my permit. Can I start now? And so I started on Tuesday. And so the way it works is you get your CDL learner's permit, talk to your recruiter, they'll set you up. We're actually at the Best Western on McDowell Street right here. We're about 10-15 minutes away from the school. So I'm in Phoenix, Arizona right now. I drove in, and they give you the option if you want to drive in and save your receipts, and they'll pay you for your gas, or if they'll put you up with the Greyhound. They'll give you a Greyhound ticket. But I chose to drive in. That way I could drive home on the weekend and see my family, and also just to kind of drive around and do a little bit of shopping, get groceries and things like that, because you stay in a hotel, and you have a little fridge and a microwave. So I bought a few things. So I wanted to do that kind of stuff. And then also I don't want to get up extra early in the morning to, they have a shuttle and they will take you to the school and bring you back at the end of the day. So, but I don't want to have to sit around and wait for the shuttle. So I just brought my own pickup and I drive in the morning, drive back. Don't worry about the hassle. But they do have that shuttle if you need it. So I came Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Those 3 days were orientation, full days, 6:45 to 5 in the evening, and they give you lunch all 3 days. Breakfast and dinner you're on your own, but they give you lunch, and it's pretty much just that whole time you're just doing orientation stuff, training. You don't drive at all. It's orientation on the company. So it's, and a lot of safety all the time. We watch a bunch of videos that are really cheesy, really corny. 10-minute videos, 15-minute videos, 20-minute videos, 5-minute videos on how to get in and out of the tractor, 3-point system, and then how to secure your cargo. What happens if you're in an accident? And they're not gonna fire you if you get a little fender bender or anything like that. So what to do, what numbers to call, how to go about taking care of that stuff, how to fill out time cards, how to fill out logs, Qualcomms, everything, and you'll learn all that stuff when you get here. So that's those 3 days. And then Friday it's a safety meeting, and I just came from 11 to noon on Friday. So Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday of the first week was 6:45 to 5 p.m. and then they feed you lunch. And then Friday was 11 to noon for a safety meeting on how to drive in the snow, how to chain up your tires, stuff like that. And then they gave us free lunch. So every Friday here at Knight Transportation at the Phoenix, Arizona terminal, they have a safety meeting from 11 to noon, and you can go. You have to do them twice a month to get your bonuses. They're voluntary, but you can go, and then they give you free lunch. So, you go, you check that off your list of getting your safety class, getting continued safety training, and they give you free lunch. This past week we had pizza. So, and then I went home, came back Monday, which is today. So I just started my second week, and today we drove, we shifted, we downshifted, we did straight line backing, we did offset backing, drove around in circles in the lot, practice shifting, and then tomorrow we're actually gonna learn a parallel park, keep doing those skills. We did the whole pre-trip. And you'll learn about that as you get going. But I'm in my second day, and I really, really like it. The people are wonderful. Everyone's friendly. Classmates are everyone's good. So I have nothing bad to say. I've only been here, less than a week. So, there's still a lot to judge, a lot to see, a lot to learn. But I am loving it, and I like it a lot. The people are great. And I don't foresee any problems with it again. But all in all, it seems like a really wonderful company. The people are great again. I can't stress. I know I keep saying it, but everyone's really friendly and they help you out. And they stress communication. So just communicate with them, and they're very open to that. So that's been helpful. We just got our. This is our fuel card for our trucks. We haven't got our trucks yet. We'll get those towards the end, but because we're practicing our driving their trucks right now, they give us a fuel card so we can fill up. And then we got our medical card. So we have a medical card, which allows us to two things you have to have on you at all times is your CDL and your medical card. So we got that. We're moving right along, and we have everything. We got lanyards with our pictures and official IDs and everything, and they set you up for direct deposit. If you're thinking about truck driving school, do your research, get online, call the recruiters, and some of them will be pushing, just tell them, hey, you know what? I'm just looking. I'm trying to decide if this is right for me or not, and they'll talk to you and try to convince you, and just get a feel for them, get a feel for the company. So Knight Transportation, again, it's an 8-week program, and I got off track, so I'll say a little bit about that. It's an 8-week program. Okay, let me get centered. 8-week program. We'll do this. First week is really 3.5 days. Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. Excuse me. It's orientation, and then Friday's a safety meeting. Then I went home for the weekend. Drove to El Paso, drove back. And then might as well get used to driving. The second week, which is this week, is orientation to the training program. This is orientation to the company and safety. This is orientation and training for Knights Transportation, Dry Van Division, and the school is called Squire. I don't know, whatever. So that's what we're doing right now. We're learning how to drive. We're parallel parking. We're driving in circles. We're shifting, downshifting, straight line backing, offset backing, all sorts of stuff, all sorts of backing and driving, and which is what we're here to do. I've never been in a truck before, so I'm learning a lot. And then also the pre-trip, air brake check, all that stuff. If you think it's a lot you've never done before, I'm a little bit mechanically inclined. I'm not a mechanic by any means, especially not on diesel or any of these types of big vehicles, but they teach you everything. And they go at it slow enough where you can pick up and learn, and you're here to be a driver, not a mechanic. So don't be afraid of that. And then, so that's all this week. And then week 3 is over the road. So they will team you up with somebody and send you over the road. Again, with Knights Transportation, I'm signed up for the Western 11 states. So that's what I'll be covering. So I'll be on the road for a week with the driver. And then week 4 is local. So week 3 you learn to drive long hauls and over the road and highway. Week 4 you learn to drive locally in the city. It's very different. So you'll learn both. In my case, because it's during Christmas time, I will actually extend my program out a week because I did orientation for the company. I'm doing orientation and training right now. And then we have Christmas fall in between. So I'll go home for a week, and then I'll come back and do over the road. Then I'll come back and do local training. So this week is Christmas. So Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays. So I'll be out for that week. So I'm actually extending it a week, but I'm okay with that. I'd rather be home with my family. And then, because I'm not from Arizona, and the terminal is here in Phoenix, Arizona, I will go back to El Paso, Texas, and do 4 weeks of over-the-road training. Now, that does not mean that I'll be gone for 4 straight weeks. I could be gone for 4 straight weeks. Could be gone for 1 week at a time. I could be gone for 3 weeks and then one, any type of combination. And that's until your trainer says that you're ready to be on your own. Let me backtrack a little bit. It's 8 weeks total, right? So you're gonna do your 4 weeks here in Phoenix, Arizona. Then you take your CDL test. This whole time you're just learning, you're training, you're studying. They're teaching you. You're asking questions. You're taking your notes. You're shifting correctly. You're learning everything. And then you go and take your test at the DMV. If you're in Phoenix, Arizona, you'll take it here because they're a third-party tester. I will go back to the DMV in El Paso, Texas, take my exam, get my CDL, God willing, and then I'll do 4 weeks with a trainer from my home terminal, which is in El Paso. And again, any combination there of the 4 weeks, 2.5 weeks, and then 2.5 weeks, whatever. And I'll do that. And then you go solo. Okay, so when you're solo, you'll do a probation period of 3 months, more or less. It's 30,000 miles, and they pretty much give you 10,000 miles a week from what 10,000 miles a month from what I've been hearing from these guys. So you do 10,000 miles at a certain pay, then 10,000 miles with a penny increase per mile, and then another 10,000 with another penny increase per mile. And then once you've completed your probation period, and they say, hey, you're good to go, they'll cut you loose, and you'll be earning the money that every other truck driver is making at Knight Transportation. So I hope that helps. If I look sleepy, I am, because we start here at 6 in the morning and we go until 4, so we have 10-hour days. But it's definitely worth it. I love it. It's great. Best of luck to you, and be safe on the road.